gunmen dressed in military uniforms have killed at least 26 people in 2 states in recent days. The strikes in Benue and Taraba states are believed to be reprisal attacks. The death toll from violence in the area has hit 67 in 2 days. CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam has more details.
The suspected soldiers, heavily armed, invaded Jadian Kura village early hours of Friday in search of 2 of their colleagues deployed to the state for peacekeeping. They were allegedly murdered by Fulani herdsmen. On getting to the village, they opened fire on the villagers and shot incessantly, killing at least 26, including a market chief. They also razed down church buildings in the area, stirring pandemonium among villagers who fled to the riversides for safety. But the shooters soon proceeded to their hiding place and unleashed more terror, shooting sporadically at the villagers. The state security chiefs are now parading the area to ensure safety and to stem further killings. The Benue border community had earlier been attacked the day before and 41 people were killed. The villages attacked are Akanya, Pete and Se Orleam. Benue State has been on the spot for serial killings following farmers-herdsmen clashes. This year alone, close to 200 persons have been killed. Kelechi, Emekalam, CGTN, Abuja, Nigeria.
CGTN's Deji Badmas is following developments from Lagos. He joins us on the line from there. Deji, the violence in Benue and Taraba State seems to be going on unabated. What can you tell us about the issues at play and what government is doing to address the situation?
Well, Penina, what I can say is that what's actually happening in Benue State is beyond the general headers farmers crisis we have in the north central of the country. It's actually north central now and parts of the northeast of the country. It's actually gone beyond that. In the case of Benue, for instance, there's a notorious criminal gang as well operating in that area. As a matter of fact, the leader of that gang has long been declared wanted by the government, but he's not been arrested yet. So, of course, security operatives and security experts now say this gang is taking advantage of the clash now between headers and farmers now to commit serious crimes in that state. But, of course, that still does not rule out the fact that some of the clashes we've seen in that state are basically headers, farmers fighting over a land, and of course the government has sent in troops not just to Benue State but also to Taraba State. In the case of Taraba State, it's a long issue. It involves communities, different tribes now fighting themselves, and then you also have the headers, farmers clashes as well in the mix of things there. So what the government has done is that the government has sent in troops to these 2 states especially. And, of course, not quite long ago, the military carried out an exercise there, a military operation actually in that area. That military operation ended not quite long ago. And, of course, the people of those areas now raised their alarm that the military was being withdrawn. Of course, the military denied that it was withdrawing its personnel from that area. So you still have a heavy presence of the military in these 2 states. But the fact is that one of the reasons why you continue to have killings like this is because you look at the vastness of the states. I mean, the 2 states are really, really vast. We're talking about states that are, they're like, the size of some, maybe say 4 or 5 states in this country. So they're really vast. It's difficult to police these entire communities. And sometimes these attacks actually take place in very remote communities that are not easily accessible. But you still have a heavy military presence there. And the government, of course, says it's doing everything. It's holding talks, of course, with headers and farmers to try and resolve their differences. But the fact is that the sheer size of this state actually makes it difficult now to properly police the states and to sometimes apprehend some of these criminals.
All right, Deji Badmas joining us there on the line from Lagos. Thank you, Deji.